Welcome guys to a new video. Today we're reacting to 13 SpongeBob scenes that are different in other countries. So let me just like this because I think it's cool. We have some Kinder stuff. You know what Kinder is? The Kinder chocolate. I know y'all know what's the Kinder chocolate. So let's... Oh, more ads. Sorry, guys.
Did you know that one of the deleted scenes from Sponge Bob Squarepants in some parts of the world is closely related to one of the most delicious foods out there? It may sound unbelievable, but it's true. This happens in the episode Are You Happy Now? From the 8th season. In this episode, Squidward takes the book SpongeBob was reading and questions what's so great about it. SpongeBob then claimed,
Guys, help me reach 20 subscribers so I can make a gaming channel.
A list of his happiest memories. So SpongeBob starts trying to help Squidward find his happiest memory, which is quite a challenging mission. And the deleted scene is one of their unsuccessful attempts to create good memories, where Squidward sticks his head in the hot oven to retrieve brownies, which happen to be one of the best foods in the world. This scene was cut in the United Kingdom and Ireland to prevent children from imitating it at home and suffering serious burns, just like Squidward did.
I just can't seem to get happy.
Oh, sad Squidward.
Well, that didn't help.
This was just the first of the 13 scenes that were altered or deleted in other countries, and you have no idea. No holding hands. The episode from the second season, the Fry Cook Games, is the famous one where Patrick and SpongeBob compete against each other. If you think it's a fight scene that got censored, you're mistaken. At a certain point, Patrick and SpongeBob stop fighting and start walking hand in hand. So, in some Middle Eastern countries like Saudi Arabia, this scene was cut because censors believed it was inappropriate for children to see two men doing that.
Well, that's also, in my opinion, inappropriate.
Let's go home.
Forbidden Symbol. This is certainly an unusual censorship case. In the episode My Two Crabs, Mr. Krabs gets ready for a date, but SpongeBob finds his empty shell, thinking his boss has died. So SpongeBob and Patrick decide to give a, let's say, proper send-off to the remains of the Krusty Krab owner. They use a trash can with plankton so that Mr. Krabs' shell can still make it to the date, fulfilling his former owner's last wish. If you noticed, you'll see a toxic symbol on Plankton's trash can. In Japan, this symbol was removed to prevent children from touching drums with these symbols, just like SpongeBob and Patrick were doing so casually.
Enjoy your chum drum. Yum, yum.
Love you.
Risky double entendre. Remember the episode we mentioned at the beginning, Are You Happy Now? From the 8th season? In that episode, there's another censored scene. At one point, Squidward looks visibly downcast and picks up a rope. It really implies that he's going to, how should I put it? But in reality, he's just climbing up his oyster cage, although the intention was indeed to make it seem like he was contemplating something much darker. To avoid this double entendre, it was removed from broadcast TV in the United Kingdom and Ireland, but ended up staying on Netflix and Paramount+.
I can't seem to get happy. Maybe this will help.
Too sexy. In the 10th season episode Burst Your Bubble, there's a scene that we can say is at least controversial. While walking sadly, SpongeBob sees that memorable scene of Mr. Krabs washing his boat.
EXY is not a bad word. Just the internet thinks it's a bad word, so don't worry.
Shorts. This is the kind of thing you can't forget. That's why it was altered in various places. For example, in Korea, it was shown, but the zoom to see Mr. Krabs was not done. In more conservative countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia, it was completely cut because it was deemed inappropriate for someone to have such sexy behavior. Inappropriate words. In the 10th season episode, Sports, we have a case of censorship involving words. In this episode, a truck passes by and drops a box of sports equipment in SpongeBob's yard. So SpongeBob and Patrick start practicing some sports, but they end up throwing a ball that lands in Squidward's house and completely ruins his dinner. At this moment, he calls his two friends idiots. This line was completely cut in Poland to prevent children from learning offensive words. I would never have imagined there are so many SpongeBob SquarePants censorship instances around the world. What about you? If you already know about these censorships, comment down below, #new. But if you, like me, had no idea about all of them, comment #didn't know, just so we can find out. New Sandy fashion. We know Sandy has her own unique outfits, being the only mammal living in Bikini Bottom. When she's underwater, she wears something resembling a spacesuit, but in her natural habitat, she sports a purple bikini. However, in Muslim countries, this type of clothing is considered extremely inappropriate and forbidden for women, as in many of these places, only their eyes are allowed to be visible through the burqa. So in countries like Iran, they decided to go for a completely different adaptation. They, let's say, extended Sandy's clothing, creating a sort of full-body jumpsuit, but they kept the small skirt that sat above her Texas squirrel waist. This
is how they made her.
Squid Defense.
That looks weird. Not
When
loud.
Sandy needs to teach Squidward how to defend himself.
How could you talk to the
Ends. In the episode The Nitwitting from the 12th season, Patrick introduces SpongeBob to a prestigious society of nitwits and idiots. In this episode, a scene was cut in the United Kingdom when the Ice Cream King attaches SpongeBob's idiot certification to his pants with a pin.
Рокля mina guess.
It goes
Jaki tu na Tommy Hilfiger.
thick through your
Doyle Remix.
body.
This
That's
was
not
considered
good.
an assignment to dangerous acts by children.
Yeah.
Perfect! You've earned your first badge!
First batch, hooray!
Sushi Factory, definitely. Squidward is the character who gets hurt the most in the entire SpongeBob series. But even for him, there's a limit. At least that's what many countries like Indonesia thought about a specific scene that happened in the episode Life Insurance. In this episode, SpongeBob signs a life insurance contract and...
If you don't know what life insurance means, it means like when you die, the rest of your family members will get more money. That's what life insurance means.
begins testing it in all sorts of dangerous ways. Later in the episode, he and Patrick convince Squidward to get life insurance too. After Squidward signs the document, he ends up in a place called the Sushi Maker to prove that he won't have accidents anymore. And this happens.
Oh, the poor man.
This scene was painfully excruciating, even for Squidward.
I don't want to feel bad. Because how much
That's why it was
bats of
completely
his
banned in
dog
Indonesia. Baseball bats.
His
Returning to
dog
the episode The
baseball bat.
Nitwitting from the 12th season, another scene was deleted, but this time in Ireland. It happens when Patrick hits a parking meter with a baseball bat while SpongeBob follows him, replacing equipment with bowls of soup. It was considered an incitement to acts of vandalism for young people, so it was completely deleted in that country. Too many lights. As we mentioned before, in the episode Life Insurance, many terrible things happen to Squidward, as you've already seen. But another scene from this same episode was cut, this time in England. It's the scene where Squidward is hit by a giant jellyfish. Contrary to what you might be imagining, it's not because of the pain that Squidward is feeling, but rather because of the intense colors on the screen. The country's TV networks thought it was better to avoid them to prevent children from having seizures. Eating badges. Once again, talking about the episode The Nitwitting from the 12th season, another scene was deleted, also in Ireland and the United Kingdom. Remember that sort of badge SpongeBob gets when he joins the Order of the Nitwits, which is pinned to his body with a tack? Well, after Sandy points to it, SpongeBob takes the badge, puts it in his mouth with the tack, chews it, and swallows it.
Bro is so dumb. It has a nail. It still has a nail on the bacon and chewing gum. The gum is chewed.
Lick. To wrap up our list today of scenes cut in other countries, we have to talk about one of the most controversial of all. This happens in the episode Salsa Imbecilicus, where Plankton has the, in quotes,
I've watched this episode. I remember the
that will make
episode.
everyone as dumb as Patrick.
Yeah, I remember
he
this
needs to get a
episode.
sample from Patrick. So he goes to Patrick's house while he's sleeping, he enters his mouth, but Patrick's tongue was awake and tries to devour Plankton. It doesn't succeed, but ends up licking his behind.
You twisted tongue! You will not lick me!
In the Philippines, this part of the scene was cut because it was considered
This should
entirely
be cut in
inappropriate
the
for children.
entire world
Honestly, I have
because
to agree
it's
that this
too
one is a bit too
inappropriate.
much. These were another 13 scenes deleted or censored in SpongeBob SquarePants around the world. Check out these videos popping up on your screen. Man, this first one looks really cool. I'd watch it if I were you.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. But for now, bye. I'll do like it. I'll do more videos sometime. I'll do soon. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do soon videos. I'm gonna do daily videos. But for now, bye.